All right, guys, I want to talk about this DTC issue with Penson, and I've gone in a little more detail here to try and explain what's going on here. And so if you want to stay with me, let's just use an example of a stock symbol, DIRT. Sam Seller, who is using the broker Fidelity, which is self-clearing, decides to sell DIRT. Okay, he goes through the various market makers, clears Fidelity Clearing, is then sent to Depository Trust. Okay, now there are a lot of intermittent steps in here, but this is for the purposes of illustration. I'm showing you exactly what's going on here. On the other side, Billy Beyer and Betty Beyer. Betty is using Deco broker, clearing Penson. Billy Beyer is using A-Trade, which is self-clearing. They both go through the market makers. They both okay. Both clear. One of them clears through A-Trade. No problem. Penson clearing okay. They both go to DTC. DTC then clears A-Trade, or appears to clear A-Trade. It's sent back through clearing, back through settlement, and all is fine. Okay, they've got the stock in their account. Okay, however, Betty Beyer, who is using Penson, electronic settlement was disallowed, must be done manually, and it was rejected electronically. Okay, so because of its manual, you could see execution fees $750, DTC fees $80, deposit fees $75, New York window. New York's always got to be in the mix, $34. Pass through transfer agent ranging from $25 to $500, which means a total of about $500 to $700 plus per trade. Okay, now there are a number of sites out there, Trading Direct, Master Trader, and Zeco, that have alleged list of where this is applicable. The Zeco list, however, to give an example, is 55,000 symbols. So you've got to throw that out. It's of no value to you any way, shape, or form. Okay, now, so where do we get this list from? Okay, and what is settlement here? Let me just back up a little bit here. So let's go to settlement finance on Wikipedia. Do your homework. Okay. Well, I don't have time to go through all of this. You can see what settlement is. Usually it involves 3 days, and you've got physical settlement versus electronic settlement. Does that give you a clue? Okay. So that takes care of the settlement things. Where you're going to get the big bucks is in the physical settlements. Okay. Now, let's back up here to March 10th of 2010. DTCC. You can read this. You go back to March 10th, 2010, DTCC.com. Look for the downloads. You'll see them. And it tells what they're going to do. Okay. And basically, there's a lot of hoopla in here. And it says that beginning March 5th, 2010, non-CNS eligible trade for trade an additional service as of March 5th, trade for trade obligations. Okay, so there's your key right there. This started back in March of 2010. Okay, so how do we know which ones are on the list? So what we did, we plugged in trade for trade. Okay, and you can see that here's one right here. QSIPs to be exited from CNS in future trades designated trade for trade. Okay, now what I did here is I went through all of the designated QSIPs to be exited and designated trade for trade. I actually took the time, Why I did this? Hell, I don't know. I guess I'm just stupid. But I went through every one of them. And so what we can do here is, if we plug in QSIPs to be exited from CNS and future trades designated trade for trade. Let's go right up here. We put it up there. Paste. There they are. Okay? There they all are. I went through every damn one of these and made a list. Let's just use an example here. Okay? Here's one from January 21st. Here's a whole bunch of them right there. Okay? And I did on every one of them. I went all the way back through 2008. Now, why they put this notice out in March of 2010, I have no idea. But they did. And I went back through and I made a list. Okay, my own list. It's not a master trader list. It's not a trading direct list. It's not a Zeco list. It's my list. This guy right here, Mikey. Nobody. Okay. So here is the list right here. Okay. And so these are the stocks that, if you trade these through a Pinson account, you will receive, let's back up, this. Okay? Now, at the present time, the A-Trades, Ameritrades, E-Trades, Scott, Schwab, the other big online brokers are not charging these fees. But hold on, Clyde, because I think it's coming. Right now, it appears that these big ones, E-Trade, Ameritrade, Scott, Schwab, even Fidelity, are not charging for these. However, when it starts getting into their pocketbook a little bit more, and it probably will, because you're going to see people leaving the Pinson brokers and going to A-Trade, E-Trade, Scott, Schwab, Fidelity, whatnot, to trade these stocks. And when DTC starts kicking these fees back to the A-Trades and E-Trades of the world, you can bet your sweet butt that you're going to be charged on those too. So what's the answer? I don't know what the answer is for you. I do not trade any of these under any circumstances. That I don't care if the suckers are a moonshot. I'm not gonna risk it. So if you guys want to change these, trade these, fine, have at it. Okay. Now, why is this happening? Nobody seems to know. Some people think it's illegal 504s. These are 504s that were done by these companies, possibly, and never filed. Okay? Don't know the answers. Just do not know the answers. Okay? But there it is from, who is this? Trading Direct. This is their non-DTC eligible list. Okay? And you can see it on the tradingdirect.com website. Okay? Now, if you go back through this list on this Trading Direct list, supposedly from Pinson, there's 5 pages of it. These symbols do not match what we found on the DTC site. Okay? They just don't match. So I have no earthly idea what this list is. The same could be said of the Zeco list. The same could be said of the Master Trader list. I have no earthly idea where they got their information from. I pulled my information directly off DTCC. Now, here is a possibility of an out. If you go back through that March 10th, it says they offer a custody service. So for you guys that are in these stocks, you may want to get a hold of your company, the stocks that you're in, and tell them to inquire about the DTC custody service. Okay? And again, here's the list. And so that's about all we've got for now. I hope this explains in a little more detail as to what the issues are on DTCC, Pinson, and the clearing of same. Thanks for watching. This is Mikey.